Hello, good evening. Hope you're well. Caught you by surprise. Caught me by surprise as well. There, I didn't expect that to come on so quite as quickly. Hello, everybody. This is the tNb Gaming Podcast live once again on a Sunday evening to entertain you all. It's the 9th of October. It is 8 p.m. here in the UK. And as always, hope you are very well indeed. This is Retro Bear speaking to you from the Gaming Pantry, as always. And great to have you with us this evening. And a bit of a loose format tonight. Usually we like to have a subject to talk to with our guests and panel. This week we haven't got one. This lazy planning, I know. So what we're going to do, we've got some guests with us tonight, and we're just going to do what we usually do, is talk about some games we've been playing and things that of interest. And then after that, we're just going to have a general conversation about things we want to bring up. So an ideal opportunity, if you want to ask any of our panel a question, you can do so a bit later on as well. And we've got 5 people this time. We've had a bit of a chop and a change around in terms of the lineup, not quite as advertised, but then again, it never usually is it? Right, let's see who's in the chat tonight before we get going. We've got James, Game Zone Bird Room. Hello, James. Nice to see the new games room up and running. Good to see you in your latest video. Susie's here. Mrs. Bear's here as well. Good evening, Mrs. Bear. Downstairs we got 8-Bit Rach as well. Rach up for YouTuber of the month this month as well. If you want to go and vote for her, pop across the Generation Pixels channel. Of course, there are other YouTubers available. Borhoho, who's been on here a couple of times as well. He's nominated. But go across the Generation Pixels channel and cast your own vote, make your own mind up. But good to see Rach been nominated and in the chat as well. Mark's here. Away the games. Good evening, my friend. Hope you're all right as well. Big Game L's here as well. Hello, Al. Nice to see you. Hope you've had a good week going around your tour of the north. You never said it was your birthday. No, I did say it was my birthday. I haven't mentioned my birthday. I don't know why. Why's my birthday been mentioned? Ross is here. The aforementioned Ross Borhoho. Good evening, Ross. Danny H is here as well. Good evening, Danny. Mark, Judge Drock. Hello, mate. Hope you're okay. Your game will be posted tomorrow, my friend. Just to let you know, I've got it all sorted out, so that's ready to go. I got Retrodrome Music. I always get that wrong, from Germany. Good evening to you. Did someone mention my name? Says Stu. Yes, we did. Always in good favour, Stu. Good to see you here. And John's in as well. Good evening, John. Retro Kit. Good to see you. There we go. Right then. So, as we said, it's going to be a bit of a free-for-all tonight, but we'll see how we get on. Let's bring in our first panelist this evening, one of our tNb regulars. Always good to have him back in, broadcasting live from the Lad Loft. It's Pete Fighter 2. Good evening, Pete.
Good evening, Mr. Bear.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Nothing really to report. I'm just enjoying life. How are you
That's
doing?
it. I'm all right, thank you, mate. Yeah, it's I don't know. Well, I've got some time off booked in about 3 weeks, which is quite good. So I feel a bit happier about things now. If you'd asked me last week, I'd have been absolutely bloody miserable. But there we go.
Last week I was in time off work, so I'd have been over the moon. But now I've got to wait till January.
Oh no! Oh well, I've got my Christmas holidays off as well, so I've now got dates to work to, which sort of helps a bit, really. Yeah.
What are those?
What, Christmas holidays?
Yeah.
It's my highlight of my year. That is, I can sort of plan my time off and have like a nice big chunk off for the year to finish the year off and start the new year afresh. That's the plan, anyway.
I just don't get Christmas holidays.
Yeah, well,
20 years and I've not had a Christmas holiday.
Yeah, dear me. They drive you into the ground at that place, don't they? That's what it is. We've come rather brightly dressed tonight. I've got red on. You got the old orange going there as well.
It is actually red. It's just the the lighting.
Oh, we're both wearing red then. We're going to blend into the background at some point. It's got the red tNb there. But anyway, good to have you on, mate. I know you were as we say, I'll come on if everybody else is not available, or I'll be first reserve like you usually do, or I'll be available if anybody else drops out, and lo and behold, here you are. So
yeah, everybody else drops out.
Yes. there we go. It happens, doesn't it? But it's good to have you on, mate, as always. We'll talk to you a second. In Retro Skelly's here. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. Good to see you in. Retro Import Gamer James is here as well. We got Trevor Rock and Roller. Good evening, Trev. Nice to see you there. Hope the panel sing happy birthday. Why? That'll be. Sean likes a good sing song. It's a shame he's not here tonight. We'd enjoy that one. Nameless Gamer, good evening to you, my friend. Nice to see you about. Haven't seen you here. Pete, put that backwards cap on like Deacon or we riot.
It's downstairs and it stinks because I got rained on the other day and it's gone all weird, so I need to wash it. Only one I've got on me up here is this Evercade one, and it's like, because I've got a massive Yorkshire head, it doesn't fit. So you just kind of like
the balance on top of your head, like those like smaller than usual little like Christmas hats that people wear. You know,
it's like a fascinator. I can just like put it on a jaunty angle and.
I like that. That's good. That's good.
I've got a woolly hat.
Oh, go on. I'm doing hats.
It's merch for a shop that I no longer believe in, Entertainment Station, but I'll put it on if it'll make Mark happy.
Well, you know he's hard to please, isn't he? So here we go. Just for you, Mark. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Come on.
There we go. We've made somebody happy, mate. That's one out of we got anyway. That's the main thing. Steve's here as well. Cooper's World. Good evening, Steve. An interesting video he put out today. Where did you get your channel name from? Short video, which I think is a video response. So if everybody wants to go and have a look at that and respond to it, I'm sure that'll do the rounds as well. So I'm not sure where mine came from. I'll try and work it out afterwards. Right, let's go on to our guests then. So returning guests to the podcast. It's always nice to have people come back. It's not people come for the first time. It's always nice to have people coming as well, returning guests as well. And when we had this previous guest on, it was a really great night. And lots of people were very positive about it, and it was fantastic. I'm so pleased I've agreed to come back on again. Please, everybody, do welcome back to the tNb Gaming Podcast. It's Jo Gaming Girly.
Hello, everyone.
There she is.
Right.
Yeah. How you doing, Jo? You all right?
Yeah, okay, thank you. You all right?
I'm very well, thank you. Nice to have you back as well. Thank you very much for agreeing to come on.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, no, it was great. I know you mentioned there was a couple you fancied jumping on, but obviously we were a bit overbooked for the next one, so I know that would have been right up your street, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but no,
definitely.
I'm absolutely thrilled you've jumped back on again for this one, and we look forward to hearing what you've been up to. So I know you got a few things to talk about. You got your Resident Evil video, which you put out the other day, which I know we'll get to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we're pleased to have you back, and already can say Rach is saying yay, Jo, and James is here. Yeah, James as well, and Steve. There we go. So yeah, always nice to get popular returning guests back on. So that's good. Our next guest, one of the panelists going to be a little bit later, so we'll catch up with them later. But our next, he's no stranger. He's always here. Well, not always here. He's been on before. He should have been on the last episode, but unfortunately, something came up last minute, as it always does. But very pleased to say not one but two guests from this particular place of dwelling. It's a very good evening to Big Game Al and Kaz, the Pack Maniac. Oh God! Crying out loud.
Well, red, so I'll put mine on.
Yeah, shortest visit ever. No, he's coming back there. Oh dear me! Is that a red one? Is that orange or red?
It's meant to be red, but it looks orange.
It's a bit wishy-washy, isn't it?
It looks a bit wishy. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Mine is actually really bright red though, and it looks orange. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
well
dear.
bright.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. Anyway, how are you both, by the way?
Well,
We're good. We're good.
You've gone from a popular guest to an unpopular one, so.
Well, I wouldn't say that about Kaz. I think she's all right, mate. You know. No, it's great to have Kaz on as well. I know when we were talking earlier, you said, "Oh yeah, I'd like to come on," and Kaz said she'd be on as well. So it's fantastic to have you both on. And we look forward to hearing what you've been up to. Because I know you've had your holiday and stuff, and been doing the rounds again, haven't you? Up north and Blackpool.
Yeah, it's good. Blackpool. Where else do we go? North Wales and Cheshire. Chester, sorry.
Nice.
Not Cheshire. It was good.
Lots of videos to come. Keep your eyes
Lots
up.
of videos to come, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we look forward to seeing those anyway. Yeah, the legend is here. There we go. Danny says hi to Jo and Pete.
Not me.
The Rochdale boys making noise everywhere we go. They're all going up. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. BGA. Al, you could get Kaz a chair, so you're going to stand up for the 2 hours. You know what I mean?
He said she wants to sit on the bed because it's more comfy.
Stand here
And now
and
she's
jiggle about
standing
on
out
my feet.
instead.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You must have more than one chair in the house. I mean, I know the cost of living is biting everywhere, but surely, I mean, it's nice to see Alice coordinate his shirt with his face. Oh dear. Balls Deep Gaming and Retro Gaming. Never expect to see Big Game Al on here. I saw the Big Game Al, great channel. Very true. Yeah.
My biggest fan, man.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Right. Well, so we've got one of the panelists going to be a little bit later on this evening, so we'll bring them in when they get here. In the meantime, let's start off as we always do. Kaz, you can sit down for a minute because I'm going to ask Pete the question first. We always talk about what we've been playing recently. Pete, I know you've always got a decent list to get us going with. Yeah. A healthy list, yeah. Anything you like to recommend to us?
Yeah, I've actually physically got a list. Game I've mostly been playing, I've actually got it here with me as well. It's a game on the Switch. It's called Potion Permit.
Can I just bring that up on the big solar light so people can see it? There we go.
Yeah, it's a new game. It's just come out on the Switch a couple of weeks back. And it's like, if anyone's played Stardew Valley, that's like the best sort of reference point I've got, because it's virtually identical to Stardew Valley in like a base way, but instead of playing as because that's like a farming / life sim / role playing game / dungeon crawler kind of thing, I suppose / dating sim if you really want to look at it that way. But yeah, this, instead of doing the farming on this one, you're the town sort of alchemist, and you sort of move into this town where they don't trust potions and stuff like that, and you have to work as the doctor and like cure people and stuff. But all the way, there's like a storyline going that there used to be some chemists back in the day that caused a big disaster, and that's why no one trusts chemists, and you have to sort of win back the trust of the town. There's a witch doctor there who's like your rival sort of thing, and you have to sort of win his respect too. It's just a really nice sort of cozy little game that's really, like, it's just really sort of relaxing to play. It's got a few bugs early on, but I tend to find like Switch games tend to. And it's not quite as involved as Stardew Valley, but it's still really nice, really worth a play. It's like I tend to keep a tally of my favorite games of the year as I play them, and it's shot up into like my 4th favorite game of the year so far. So yeah, fully recommend it. It's just nice. It's just a nice, relaxed game. Aside from that, I've been playing a game called Super Squidlet on the Switch, which is like it's a side-scrolling platform. I played the original Squidlet on recommendation from Dave Retro 1. And that was like it's a 2D platformer, but it's made in a way where it could run on a Game Boy. I don't know if they ever released it on a Game Boy, but it's like the same amount of pixels on screen, same amount of colors on screen, and everything like that. And it only takes about 25 minutes to finish. But Super Squidlet's a sequel to that, and it's done in like the specs of the Game Boy Color game, but I think with a bigger sort of average size of the game sort of thing. So it lasts a bit longer. It's got like RPG elements and stuff like that. Really fun. I got up to a little bit though where it turned into like a sort of pre-Wolfenstein first-person shooter for a little bit. Like, you know, like the kind of like there was like a maze game on the old BBC Micros where there was like these red and white robots around and stuff. It sort of really reminded me of that. Like, but then the game crashed and I haven't been on it since. So pushing the limits of the Switch there, I think it was. But my time in here, I've been playing mostly Def Jam Fight for New York, which we mentioned on the wrestling episode. I said I was going to fire it up.
Yes, you did. You did.
Yeah, which is it's a wrestling game. Well, I say it's like a wrestling sort of brawler, 4-player fighter game where most of the characters are like rappers from like the Def Jam record label. There's like Ice-T, Method Man, Redman. I think Snoop Dogg's the main bad guy, actually. Yeah. And then it's got random people like Danny Trejo, because he's in everything and all that kind of thing. But it's like, there's like it's just like basically like a big like wrestling brawling game. It's quite brutal, but it's just done in that kind of over the top fun way. And it's got a really cool story mode, which is similar to like the newer Mortal Kombat and Injustice story modes, where it's like, you know, cutscene game kind of thing. Really cool.
Yeah.
It's one of my sort of favorite games. Sorry, go on.
What have you been playing that on?
I've been playing it on the Wii, but it's a GameCube game. But I've been playing it on the Wii because I wanted to play it on the big TV.
No,
I don't know if it's just rose-tinted glasses or not, but playing it through the Wii, some of the textures look really horrible. But I don't know if it's like an emulation thing or if it's just that I remember it better. But
yeah, I mean, knowing what the Wii's like, it could easily be the Wii itself.
And then I've been playing House of Ashes because everyone's wanting to do spooky games. So it's part of the Dark Pictures anthology on the PS5. It's like a Heavy Rain kind of interactive movie kind of thing. The Dark Pictures anthology is the third one in the series, and they're sort of like budget, sort of 25, 30 quid games, and they only last a couple of hours, but they're just like an interactive movie where you're doing quick time events, making decisions and stuff like that, trying to keep your cast from getting killed off. And they've usually got somebody sort of B-list in there, which is quite cool. I think this one's got somebody from High School Musical in it. But like the one before had, what's he called now? The guy who's gonna be Adam Warlock in the Guardians of the Galaxy film, Matthew Poulter, Will Poulter, and the one before
no idea.
It's in some sitcom too, but I don't know what it is. And the one before it had the guy from X-Men who played Iceman in it. So it's like it's got sort of pedigree in the acting. It's not like your typical budget fare. But yeah. I'm enjoying it, but I'm a bit, my wife doesn't like scary games, so I'm kind of like playing it.
I don't like scary games.
I don't particularly, but I used to love them. It's not that I'm scared of them. I just don't have any interest. But yeah, I'm trying to play that in sort of bits and bats when she's working and I'm not in here. So yeah, it's they're a good series. I recommend them, but I think everyone who's into horror has probably played them. And I've been playing a game on the Evercade called Roniu's Tale, which is it's a NES game that came out last year. It's a top-down sort of puzzle game where you're working your way around a level, avoiding enemies, and you've got to collect like a key and then get to an exit. Or sometimes you've got to collect like a magic orb as well. Well, you don't have to collect them, but you get like a better ending if you do. But when you're walking around, the floor is collapsing behind you, and you have different like powers. Like you've got like a set number of fireballs you can throw, which can kill the enemies, but they can also knock down obstacles as well. You can sort of place a new block after one's fallen, or you can sort of levitate over one space, or you can ghost through a space as well. So, but you can only use those once per level. It's quite not really too difficult. I'm getting through it without too much trouble, but it's one of those things where you figure it out, you feel really good about yourself, and it's like the slightest wrong move and you've just cocked the whole thing up. There's no room for error. So that's I've been playing that on the Evercade. It's on Mega Cat Collection 2, and if anyone gets a chance to play it on anything, on either that or the NES, like no judgment, there's ROMs available. I fully recommend it. It's a really nice game. And I suppose it's sort of related. I also watched the Uncharted movie, which I've written on my notes. Yeah, I've written on my notes, Uncharted movie / poop.
Oh, it was a bit harsh. I think it was bad as that.
No, I thought it was terrible. It's like I've got into it. A lot of people have said go into it, not with the mindset that it's an Uncharted film, but just think of it as a fun adventure film. But it's even as a fun adventure film, it's not a good one. I feel like Tom Holland did the best he could with the script, but I feel like Mark Wahlberg did the absolute worst he could possibly do in any situation, which is just generally him acting, isn't it?
Turn up, yeah, that's what I do. That's what he does. Have either of you, Joe, Al, have you seen the Uncharted film, Joe?
Yeah.
No, I think I stick with just playing the Uncharted games. I think that doesn't sound too good, does it?
Al?
Sorry.
No.
The main, like, one of the things though, it just, I know it wasn't going to be the most accurate thing, but it's like it had none of like the Nazi vampires or Yetis or anything that he always comes up against in the games. It was just like, we're going to go get some treasure. We've got some treasure at the end. and that was like that was it. There's nothing interesting or supernatural or weird about it at all.
Yeah,
But,
but you got to remember that any film based on a computer game is going to be reasonably limited to the source material. I mean, don't forget they made an entire franchise out of a Disney park theme ride in Pirates of the Caribbean, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
I mean, when that first came out, I was sitting there thinking, how are you going to make a film out of a theme park ride, let alone 5 films and
No, I tried to go into it with an open mind, but it just, to me, it's just the basic fundamentals. It's just not a very good film.
There's some good.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, there's some decent video game movies though out there. Like I think Silent Hill's a really good movie, and I kind of like the Tomb Raider movie. That was actually quite good. So
which one? The recent one?
I do like the recent one, but I also like the one with Angelina Jolie in it as well.
Okay.
So,
I've not seen the most recent one yet.
It's not bad actually. It's all right.
No. I really love the I really love the original Mortal Kombat film. For what it is, I really love the original Street Fighter film as well. Let's say the original. Oh yeah, there have been more, haven't there? But the first one, the Van Damme one, there's a
Chun-Li movie.
There's a Ryu and Ken one as well, I think, more recently, which is like straight to video. Yeah.
I'm waiting for this one to come out here. Pete Fighter, the movie, the game. That's what I'm waiting for.
That is well, not Pete Fighter, but obviously Street Fighter. There is a Street Fighter, the movie, the game, isn't there?
That's right. Yeah. Okay, mate. Yep.
That's where I'm at.
That's where we're at. Lovely. Thank you very much indeed for that. There's a few games there, which again I've got.
I might check some of those Switch games out actually.
Yeah, definitely. Try Potion Permit. Everyone should try that. I did remember one more, actually, because last time I made you laugh with the Slaps and Beans title, I also played a game called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Which is basically... It's I completely forgot about this. Sorry, I'm rambling on again, but it's on Xbox Game Pass, and it's basically like a Link to the Past, but you play as a little turnip guy. Who doesn't speak, and he just, every time anyone hands him a piece of paper for anything, he just tears it up. So he's got like these bills for his tax for his like greenhouse, and he's just ripped them up. So now the mayor's after him and stuff, and you've basically just got to go around this world doing tasks for people, and like every time someone gives you a reward, he just tears it up. And it's really funny. But yeah, it's on Xbox Game Pass. It's I just saw it and thought, well, I need to try that. I don't normally do this, but I actually went back and got the 1,000 gamer points for it as well. It's a fun little ride. That's Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion.
That's one for you, Al. I'll put it on your 1,000 G list. All right, thanks for that, Pete. We'll come back to you shortly. Just catch back to message. Chris is here. Zelda Pop. Pete. Mentioned Stardew Valley. Danny picked up the car boot. Tom's here. From our Four Guys players, Al. Good to see Tom in. Question for Al. When will the new room tour be? I'm excited to see the new room collection of Big Game, Al. And it's still a work in progress, according to this, as you can see from the mess behind me. The mess behind Kaz, not the mess behind you. Yeah, Trev saying hello to everybody. Hello, Al. Hello, Joe. Hello, Pete.
Hello.
Al, did you get rid of all the GameCube games, or did you keep some?
There's 4 above these Game Boy games on this back shelf here. They may be all Pokemon ones.
You've only kept those ones, have you? Then?
Yeah, literally.
And have you got any Mega Drive games left?
Yeah.
I like the way you have to check over your shoulder just to make sure they are still there.
Yeah, I've been listing some on eBay today, so.
Ah, right. There we go. Oh, some people have responded to the Uncharted thing. Jensen Ackles and Mel Gibson should have starred in the Uncharted film. You'd have loved it if it was Donnie instead of Mark Wahlberg.
It would have been better. It would have been a lot better.
Here's one. Rachel's waiting for Dizzy the Cartoon Adventure Action Film. Is that actually?
There's another you people we know, eh?
Yeah. Is that
I
actually
think
going to be a thing? I'm not surprised anyone's thought of that. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Yeah.
Have you
New
got-
Mario trailer.
Oh yeah, I saw that. The trailer
Yeah.
for Mario.
The Mario
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, I watched the trailer. Oh, you didn't watch it, did
I
you?
haven't seen it. No.
It's a bit dark, the trailer. It looked quite good, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not the
I'm
sort
gonna
of thing
give it
I'd
a
watch,
watch.
but it's not the sort of thing I would watch, but it does look better than I expected it to. But the Sonic film was also a lot better than I expected it to be as well.
I love the Sonic films.
Oh yeah, so do I.
It's a good job it's not a film review program, I tell you.
I've not seen them yet.
They're not. Oh, with me ages ago. No?
No, I ain't watched them.
Okay. Good.
They were that bad he blanked them from his memory. That's what it is. That's what I did. Never understood why they did the game version of Street Fighter the movie.
Cash.
Well, yeah, money talks, doesn't it? Money talks.
It's not bad actually. I've got it on my PlayStation Classic. It's not terrible. It's just not as good as any other Street Fighter game.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, you say it's cash at the end of the day, but do we really need another Street Fighter game? I don't know.
I don't think we do nowadays.
Not really. Hollywood is a complete mess, says Balls Deep Gaming. They should concentrate on making new and original films instead of countless Fast and Furious games. Or video game movie, no wonder their stuff they churn out is rubbish. I can't argue with that. I think it's a very good point, actually. But then again, I'm a bitter old man. But yeah, there just seems to be a lack of originality nowadays. It has to be something to really make you sit down and watch films. So, casting choice of Patrick Stewart as Dizzy.
He did the poo, didn't he?
He
was the poo in the Emoji Movie.
That was right. Yeah, that's right. Good evening to Mike. Malahai Club is here. Good to see you, my friend. Shout out in the last podcast. Eddie's in the chat as well. Good evening, Eddie. He has a soft spot for the Street Fighter the movie. I think he's got Kyle in it. That's any reason for checking that one out. Right, Joe. Anything you've been playing lately you want to talk about or recommend to everybody?
I completed Bayonetta 2 on the Switch.
Cool.
The third one's, I don't know if it's out yet or it's coming out anyway. So I'll be getting that eventually. But yeah, I've played a lot of DS. Tomb Raider Underworld on DS is actually really, really good.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, completely different game to obviously the Underworld game on PS3. Yeah, completely different. It's really, really cool actually. I'm really enjoying that. So, and then I played some Mega Drive. That's about it really.
You played the Mega Drive?
Yeah, I played Virtua Fighter 2 with the Mega Drive arcade stick.
Oh yeah.
And Alien 3.
I say Alien 3. I think it's a really good game. I really do like that.
It's so good. Yeah, I really love it.
I was quite surprised with that because I had a demo of it years and years ago. And I remember, it felt really, really good. I never actually got around to buying a copy of it. And I played it. I think I played it again. Somebody lent me a copy not long afterwards. I played that for a bit. I didn't finish it, but I thought it was really good. I thought it was really atmospheric and
brilliant game.
much better than the film, anyway. That's for sure. There we go. So that's what you've been playing.
Mostly just DS. I haven't played any PS4 or like sort of modern-ish consoles. Well, apart from obviously the Switch, but yeah, not played any PS4 at all because just haven't had the time to play these huge games. I tend to play retro a lot, so.
I'm glad someone's actually sort of admitted that, saying it's difficult to play these big modern games.
They're too long. I haven't got time for that.
Because when people come on here and say, I've just put 25 hours into this, or, completed this, and, it's like, how have you got the time?
I still need to play Resident Evil 2 Remake. I got sort of not too far, but I haven't met Mr. X yet. in the game. So yeah, I still need to play that.
Yeah, I do as well. I bought that
Yeah.
last year, I think it was. I think I'm playing it yet.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's brilliant so far anyway, but yeah, I haven't played it for ages. I'll probably go back to it and be like, what have I done? What am I doing? Ugh. I don't know. Yeah,
Okay,
that's about
that's it.
it.
Yeah. There's a recommendation for you from Eddie. Eddie says Aliens Colonial Marine on the DS is amazing. I'm not
Oh,
sure if you
okay.
played that one.
Oh, that's really expensive.
Is it?
He's probably
That's
saying,
Oh,
very,
right.
that's expensive. Yeah, that's not a cheap DS game, that one.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we don't feel too bad. Rachel's been playing Final Fantasy X for about 15 years at the moment, and she's still waiting to get to the final battle. So there we go. We shan't spoil it for you, Rach. Anyway, there we go. Okay, Joe, come back to you in a moment. Eddie asks, "Is why is Kaz behind Alan? She should be in front."
offered her a chair. She said no.
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Yeah, just in case if he's coming in late, we have discussed this, and we have Al has offered Kaz a chair. He's not made her sit at the back. He has offered her a chair. She's chosen to sit on the bed.
Yeah.
You missed a bit at the beginning where she was just standing up. It looked even sillier then, but no, we discussed
Like
that.
in a minute. Come back in an hour. She'll be laying down asleep.
That'll just be the level of conversation now, Al. So that's what I just said to this.
Put my head off in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Sega Zombie here is here. Good evening,
hello.
Scott. Hope you're well, mate. Nice to see you in again. Jay, LKG is here. He's got a new video out talking about his games room upgrade. If you haven't seen that yet, go and have a look at that as well. Scott was doing some Spectrum gameplay the other day. That was good to see him do that again. He just picked up Alien Infestation on the DS. Looks really good. So there we go. A quick question for you as well, Joe, just while we're here. James wants to know how you're getting on with the Spectrum, because there's people knew you had a Spectrum donated to you a few weeks back now. So how have you been getting on? I know we had a conversation beforehand,
yeah.
but for everybody else who wants an update.
Yeah. Well, I've been I did a little shorts video, and I've sort of cleaned all the games up and properly checked them. Cleaned the actual Spectrum box, and that's all lovely and shiny and dust free, and so are all the games. So it's much nicer now to pick the games up and without you're like, ooh. But yeah, and I've been playing Pac-Mania and Dizzy. I had to go on the Turtles game as well, the Ninja Turtle game.
Is that the NES one? Is it on there, or is it the now? Is it the one with the blue box or the green box?
Yeah,
cover?
the blue box one. Yeah,
That's the conversion of the old NES game then.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
There we go. 40 years of grime. Come off that Spectrum.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, probably. Although to be fair, I think it's kept it super mint. It's like a protective layer. Yeah.
That's a good point. Actually, we thought a bit like that. Perhaps it's sort of held it together all these years.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Scott says he only ever got a Final Fantasy disc 1. I don't want to see 7. There we go. Question for me: are you going trick or treating this year? I think Alan's just answered that question for me. He hasn't taken the mask off from last year. Now, I thought I'd give the local residents a break this year and just sort of stay in on that night and not go anywhere. So there we go.
Dear.
Keep out of direct sunlight. Don't feed after midnight, etc. So. There we go. Right then, I know you've been Alan Cows. You've been up and down the country the last week or so. Is there anything that you've been playing or you've picked, spotted or
Loads?
Loads.
Go on, Kaz.
Go on then.
We went to Arcade Club when we went to Blackpool one day, and that was really cool. So it's not as big as the one in Bury, but it's still pretty damn cool, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
what did you play then?
I played Frogger, I played Alien Storm,
Oh wow.
I love all the old stuff, and Space Invaders, Pac-Land, Pac-Mania, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man.
A lot of pack stuff in there.
Yeah.
I mean, for those people who don't know Kaz, and I must be honest with you, I know you visited our house twice, but I wasn't here on either occasion, so I'm just having to
Yeah, I
first time I've
know,
spoken to you, isn't it? You know, I mean, are you somebody who likes the older style games, or are you a modern gamer for
No,
people?
I like all the other retro stuff. It's so much easier to play, and it's just
Yay!
the more basic it is, the more you can't really go wrong with it. And I don't mind some of the more modern stuff, but I just find it hard to control, and you end up just spending hours and hours and hours on it. And I don't see the fun in like spending like 2 days to complete a game or something silly like that.
I get bored sometimes if it's too long.
Yeah, you get a
You
bit,
know,
you lose your
yeah.
momentum. You just sort of think, yeah, you get a bit bored and fed up, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting because you know, I know a lot of people like in the mix of the modern and the old stuff, and I know we were watching, you know, we had pictures of Al sort of stuck in front of, was it Time Pilot on at Arcade Club, wasn't it? Al, you were sat there playing.
Beautiful game.
I spent half the time at Arcade Club in the bar and the other half the time on Time Pilot. And I still couldn't beat Liam's score. I nearly got it.
That was the same with Eddie when we went to the Leeds one. I like spent ages trying to beat Eddie's score, and I got that close.
Yeah,
Just couldn't
I got
do it.
like 950,000.
That's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
brilliant.
a good score on it. It was a good score. You actually got a chair. Yeah, you got a stool out at one point. I saw his photograph. He was actually taking it seriously. He actually sat down to start playing it. You know, really.
After you play it for about an hour, you need a
There's just something weird about the stick though on Time Pilot on the arcade machine, because it just kind of sort of like rolls around in your hand.
Oh yeah,
it just feels awesome. It's like I tried playing it on my Pandora's box, and it's just not the same. I don't know what. I don't know what they've done to that stick.
Just literally put it in the palm of your hand. Just do that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it just kind of like glides around. I love that game so much.
Question for you, Al. When are you visiting Retro Realm?
I need to sort that out because we keep saying we're going to go, and it keeps getting put back. So it won't be long, Scott. I reckon before Christmas. There you go. Saying it now. Before Christmas, we will be at the Realm.
There we go. We have it on record, public record now, that Big Game Al will be coming to Retro Realm at some point between now and Christmas.
With my phone in hand, making a video.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, good. I was going to say, I hope you do a video because I'll watch that.
I'll do the videos.
Definitely.
And he's also a big fan of Time Pilot as well, so that is good. So.
Yeah.
Make sure you got it set up in the shop when I come, Scott.
And a stool, obviously. There we go. And yeah, there we go. We got a firm commitment. You are now being held to that. So there we go. So you have to look forward to it. Yeah. So obviously that's what Kaz has been playing. What did you get up to while you were AL game wise?
Well, before I went away, I played a couple of games, and it's just like Pete. He loves to get the old 1000G on the game, and I looked on Game Pass, and there was this game called My Friend Peppa Pig. So I 1000G'd that. You
could actually get 1,000. Well,
I never get 1000G. That's an absolute fallacy. I think the last one I did was Fallout 3.
Well, go through Peppa Pig. You can do it in about 45 minutes. Just follow a
why,
guide.
why would you want to sit down and play Peppa Pig? Please just explain it to me.
Why?
I'll play it again.
I thought you was babysitting your niece when you was playing it, because I went here, wasn't I? And you were like taking a picture of it and sending it to me, and I thought, are you entertaining your little niece?
No, playing Peppa Pig for the gamer score. But before that, I did actually play a good game. I recently bought a brand new game. Put it on day of release, but actually I pre-ordered it. The Turtles Cowabunga Collection.
Oh yeah.
So I've played through the first 4 or 5 games, I think, and completed them to get the G.
Surely not the NES one. That's rock hard.
And I ain't got to that one yet.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I think it's more the Game Boy ones, and there's Turtles in Time, Hyperstone Heist.
Oh, it's got a few on there.
The one yet. That'll be next.
Wow.
Has it got all? It's got all of them, hasn't it? Joe just asked that question there. With quite a few. It has got all the Turtles games on there that were released.
It's got
9, I think.
Yeah, everything from like the old 80s arcade ones, like through Game Boy, NES, SNES, Mega Drive, and it's got all the versions of them, like Tournament Fighters. It's got all 3 versions. So I just kind of wish it had the Game Boy Advance ones on it because they're really good. But I don't think they were made by Konami, so that'll be why not. But really good package.
Yeah, I might have to get that one.
Yeah, it's got a couple of the more expensive ones. Obviously, you got like the Turtles in Time, Hyperstone Heist, but you've also got the Game Boy one. Is it Radical something? I can't remember what it's called now. Turtles Free something. I've got it. I've got the cartridge over there. I can't remember what it's called. The cartridge on its own sets you back about 80 quid. So
wow,
it's half the price of that just for the game. So you might as well get that.
Blimey.
But yeah, then obviously we went away to like arcade club and stuff. I spent about an hour and a half in Blackpool playing Command and Conquer Red Alert on the PC in there.
This is it. Yeah, I remember seeing that video walking around because I remember you said something about the fact you were playing Command and Conquer. I thought you didn't actually sit down and play a proper session, but you just answered my question there. An hour and a half.
Played it for it was a good hour and a half to 2 hours because everyone was walking backwards and forwards out of the where the buy and sell bit was, because it was literally I was sitting right where the entrance to the market was, and people were walking in and out, and they're coming back to me going, "You still here?" I was like, "Yeah." Got to finish it. I
was like that once. Once when Electronics Boutique was still a thing, there was one in Meadowhall, and I once sat in there and played the whole of the Hulk game on the original Xbox, start to finish.
How long did that take you then?
About 3.5 hours.
Good job. I'm good at Command Conquer was. I could have been there for 3.5 hours.
Well, I'm going to say it's your game, isn't it? You know.
A few weeks ago, I was sorry, Carl.
I was going to say I paid all that money to go into Play Expo and sat there. I've done a 30-minute video walking around, and then the other time I spent in there, I just sat down and played Command and Conquer, and that was my 18 quid well spent.
A few months back, I was walking to work, and randomly on the floor outside, like the football ground, there were just a load of just discarded like loose CDs, and among them there was both discs of Command and Conquer Red Alert on the PlayStation 1. And I did kind of sit there and deliberate for a bit. Do I pick them up? They looked pretty knackered though, so I left them.
Yeah, I might not have worked properly after that. Mind you, I think I'd have left them there anyway because not my sort of game really.
It's not mine, but you know, it's a free. It might be a floor game, but it's a free game.
Freebie, yeah, you heard it here first. I turned down a free game. There you go.
Then obviously arcade club. Other than playing Time Pilot, I was on the basketball game.
Oh yeah, you're really good.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah.
This is the physical one where you got to throw the ball into the basket.
Yeah, there was some guy in there with his wife who looked a bit of an athlete. Went up to it, put it in, started playing it, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm hitting a few here." And then there's me, big fat guy, comes and stands next to him, and I absolutely destroyed him. And he should have seen his face.
Brilliant.
His face just looked the picture, because even he must have turned around to his missus and went, "How's that guy so good?" And then he walked off after that. I think he went home. I never saw him again.
It's so fun. I love it. I could play that for hours.
I love it. Then,
yeah, brilliant
I
fun.
come back to the holiday. I played a game called We'll Die Alone. Yeah, the game will probably die alone. It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
It actually comes with a warning at the start of it about like suicide.
Well, terrible.
Like that. I'm thinking, it's really bad. So basically, it's like some person's had trauma in their life, and they've had like 3 different traumas.
Yeah.
And you go in there and you delete one of them. But if you delete one of them,
Okay.
it sort of makes their life even worse. And it tells you what's happened in their life. And like some of them live for a long time, but then some of them are like committed suicide at like 20. It's like, wow, was that because I did the wrong thing?
What's the purpose of the game then?
I don't know.
That's a bit of a weird one, that one, isn't it?
You have to check it out. We'll Die Alone. You have to check it out.
Sounds like a barrel of laughs, to be honest with you.
I recently got a game as well. It's literally just come out on the store. It was on sale. It's called Panda Tie, I think it is. Panda Tie. Yeah, I bought it because Kaz wanted to have a go at it, but she's not very good at it.
It started off really easy. Like the first 2 or 3 levels are super easy, and then it got really hard, and you just have It's all about timing and momentum, and you've got to just sort of keep it up.
Yeah.
It's really hard as it gets on.
It's a weird platformer. It's a bit like, probably a bit like Super Meat Boy, where you got to like judge jumps and like make without getting splattered and whatever else.
A tiny bit like Sonic as well, isn't it? A little bit.
Nothing like Sonic. Sonic don't die like that.
Well, it's not like that, but like the platform looks a little bit like that. The levels and the spikes and stuff.
And then today I was playing a really good one, which you was probably intrigued with me playing, weren't you?
What one's that? The one where you was going around the house killing the spiders?
Yeah, kill it with fire on Game Pass.
Fire, that's it.
You basically go into a house and you've got to kill all the spiders.
Oh,
But it's
no.
quite
Okay,
good.
yeah.
Poor spiders.
Yeah, a can of deodorant with a lighter and you literally just burn these things.
Oh yeah, a can of hairspray or something.
That's it, hairspray, yeah. Oh, it's brilliant.
You've got to burn them and
trash
kill
the
them
whole
with fire,
house.
Literally.
Burn the house down. Kill the spiders, though.
So,
Minutes, didn't you?
so we got mass spidercide, or the opportunity of sort of like killing somebody by removing something really bad that happened from their life and make them even worse.
I play the best games. What can you say?
Halloween.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's very typical, isn't it? Yeah. I'll play the games that you don't want to.
That's it, yeah.
It's a bit of a mixture there, Al.
Yeah.
A bit random.
Started off well with the Cowabunga collection and a bit of time pilot, and then went downhill.
Yeah, we start with Peppa Pig and we ended up with mass death. So there we go.
I can confirm because I had to get the list up there of the games that I've been playing. So there you go. We'll Die Alone.
Yeah.
When it goes.
Yeah.
Can't really see it very well.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a picture of a spider on there. Looks quite good.
There we go. Well, Time Pilot sequels aren't quite as good.
There's only one sequel, isn't there?
I don't know.
Time Pilot 2049 or something. It's got a date on the end.
I actually found I've got a conversion of Time Pilot on the 64, Commodore 64, because I found that today, which intrigued me because I thought I'd never actually played that. So
the only one I've played is the one on the Game Boy Advance, and it's really no good.
Yeah, I've got that. Is that on a Konami connection or something? Or
it's a collection of four arcade games. Yeah. It's a really bad port.
I've got that somewhere. Ross says Peppa Pig wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I bet that's something he never thought he was going to type in his entire life.
It was actually quite fun. It's actually quite challenging. I don't know how kids are meant to play it.
When I was like babysitting my nephew one time, he brought Cars 2 around. I've mentioned this before on the Wii, like 'cause it was years back. And I was like, oh God, I'm going to have to play this all night. I put it on and it's fantastic. It's a really good game.
Also, quite hard to get the 1000G on.
Yeah, well, I didn't have any trouble with that because I was playing it on the Wii, but it's really hard to get it on the Wii.
Danny's going to be getting the Cowabunga collection from Smythe's soon. Other toy shops are available, amongst other things from there. Scott's never played any of the Time Pilot sequels. Trev's looking forward to going to Expo next year at Blackpool. There we go. Al's still got a bit of the old Norbrecht flu there by the sound of it. Sean Horatio Van Basten says he prefers a Time Pilot sequel to the original. There we go. Interesting. And Retro Claire says, does that actually mean Al is actually Spider-Man?
That's it, yeah.
He's let himself go a bit if he has done. Right, so that's basically what the panel have been playing in the past week or so. If you've played any of those or watching this back, want to leave a comment about any of those or anything you're thinking of picking up, do let us know. That'd be great to hear from you. We're still waiting for our other guest to turn up. He's in the middle of his tea at the moment, but he will be here soon. In the meantime, as we said, this is very much going to be a throw it all together at a last minute episode where we're just going to randomly chat for the rest of the program. So if anybody's got any questions that they want to ask any of the panel tonight, now's your time to post them in there. Before we do that, I want to speak to Joe, because you showed some. We were talking beforehand. You indicated you've been reading some books, which I thought might be interesting for people to see on the actual program tonight. So if you'd like to sort of show those off and explain what they are for those people who may not have seen them before. I'll put you on the big screen when you show those. So, go.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
So I got Itchy Tasty. Don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
Camera's not very good, so sorry. But yeah, been reading that, but I haven't read that much yet because I've only just got this. But yeah, it's basically everything about Resident Evil and how it's like how about the creators and how it all came together and stuff, and just behind the scenes basically of Capcom.
Right.
And they talk about all the different the artists and they go through all the different Resident Evils. So yeah, that one's gonna be good, I think. I've only read a little bit so far. And then I got Calvin. I can't say it properly. Resident Evil Volume 2. Caliban Cove. That's it.
So is that like an original book? Is it, or is it based on
S.D. Perry? So yeah, it's there's a whole load of them, basically a whole load of books series. So you got like the Umbrella, Conspiracy, City of the Dead, Underworld, Nemesis, Code Veronica, and 0 Hour, and then obviously this one. So yeah, it's a whole. I got all of them. You can actually get them on like the whole lot on Amazon. But I actually bought them individually, and now they do the whole bulk lot, and you can get it all in.
I like a nice set or something like that. Yeah.
Typical.
Yeah. Well, they do things like that, don't they? I mean,
I wish they did that when I bought them, but I was like hunting for them, and but yeah, they're both brilliant.
The first one you showed, is that like is it just text, or is it like a sort of at the risk of sounding far too northern? Are there a lot of pictures in that book?
It's literally just all writing. Pretty much. Yeah.
So I mean, I've got a few on my shelf,
there's a couple of pictures.
Let's have a look.
Like some of the creators and stuff. Yeah, not many. There's another one. Yeah. There.
All right, so pictures of the people.
Yeah, like picture of some of the people that I guess
created more like the bitmap books ones, where they're like just basically pictures and articles and stuff like that, because I love books like that, but that might be a bit wordy for me. I'm
I know you can get like them Audible, but I just love actual books, and I'm sort of glad I went for that. It's a nice, like, lovely hardback book. It's gorgeous. But yeah, I'm not a very quick reader. I'm a bit slow. But I do really, really enjoy once I get going, actually, and I do get through books, when I actually do it often, I get through them quite quick, but I have to keep, even if it's just like a couple of pages every day, I will get through it, so yeah.
Well, I think Games and Bird Room's quite maybe buying some of these shortly. They just sound like a great read, and Resident Evil is an awesome series. How do those books compare to the games then? Because I mean, we talked earlier about film conversions of games.
Yeah, the S.D. Perry ones are pretty close to the games. So, like, the Umbrella Conspiracy book, that's basically based on the first game, but you get like more detail than you do from the game. So it's like it's just amazing. Like, if you're a Resident Evil fan, you love the games and like all the lore, and then you go. It's very interesting. And actually, if they ever make a movie, they could totally like have the first book of S.D. Perry and like make that into a movie, because that was what I loved that one. That was brilliant. It was just wow. You could easily turn that into a movie for sure. Yeah,
that's
it
good.
was perfect.
Good. Danny said he nearly bought Resident Evil from a car boot for 50p, but didn't, as it had Porsche Challenge in it instead.
Oh,
just think of the.
that's a good game, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Eraser?
Some
No,
poor
is it
little
not?
cat there's Paul's challenge. He's got over on it.
No.
A while back, Rob Gurney did the Porsche challenge on his
He did?
thing, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't
And
get very well.
I almost stopped being a gamer just from playing that game, just for that video.
Awful
That was-
control.
That was good fun, though. I enjoyed that.
Did you? I
He
kept
said-
coming off every turn. There's awful control in it.
It's
Yeah,
I've
said
not played
dog
it,
shit,
but
Oh.
someone that I know said it's really, really good. So,
No, it wasn't even
No.
good back in the day.
okay. All right.
Just a good comment here from Eddie. Says, sounds like Joe would like the Silent Hill visual novel, the translated version at least.
Yeah,
Play novel on the
people.
Game Boy.
Quite a few people asked me about Silent Hill. I will be doing a Silent Hill video because I'm actually a huge fan of Silent Hill games. People don't really know that because I haven't really said anything about Silent Hill on my channel yet, but yeah, I am a big fan. And I actually heard they are making a Silent Hill game. So
Yeah.
it's a recent thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I would love them to remake the first Silent Hill on PlayStation. Yeah, the PlayStation 1 Silent Hill. That would be amazing. Because
They sort of did, didn't they, with
update
Shattered
them.
Memories, but it was like the same but different kind of thing. But yeah, an update of that would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'd
I
totally
didn't
play
like the later. My favorite Silent Hill ones are like 1, 2, and 3, but I didn't like the others. So
One's amazing.
yeah.
1, 2, and 3 are all amazing. The only ones I don't really like
Yeah.
are the 2 on the PS3.
Downpour. I played Downpour on PS3, and I was just like, oh god, I was like, get it off. I remember that. I think that was the one with an irritating kid in that, and I was just like, oh, he's just got an irritating voice.
I remember.
I can't remember.
There was
There's one,
Homecoming was the really bad one. The one that came before Downpour.
Was that? It might have been Homecoming actually. I can't remember which one it was now. But there was a kid or something in it, and I was just like, oh, they're super irritating. I can't remember now which one that was, but
Well, Eddie says they're remaking the originals and making a new one as well. So
yeah,
there we go.
yeah, that would be good. Yeah, because I think a lot of people have fallen out of the Silent Hill thing anyway, haven't they? Because they were going to make PT and that didn't happen. But I hope
There'll
it
be a
does.
lot of, as weird as it sounds and as old as it makes us sound, there'll be people out there gaming now who've come of age and don't really know much about Silent Hill. They've not really experienced it. And it'd be great if they did remake I've had the conversation with remakes and why people do it, and I think this is probably the reason why, is because we don't realize how old we are and how long it's been since even The Last of Us. It's been 10 years or whatever. And there'll be people now coming of age who haven't played the original because they were too young at the time. And it's I think that's probably the main reason why, apart from the cash thing, that's probably the main reason why people do remakes.
I think it'd be good if they remake the first Silent Hill to bring, the fans back, old fans and new fans into the series. I think it might be
I
a
would
good
love
idea.
that. I really would.
Yeah, and then do a new one, perhaps a brand new Silent Hill. Hopefully PT.
Yeah. Well, it's Hideo Kojima is back with Konami, isn't he? And he's the guy who's actually supposed to be making the new Silent Hill, so
nice.
it probably will end up with that.
Yeah, my brother, he actually still has PT on his PS3, PS4. PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I deleted it like a dickhead.
Oh. So he's quite lucky that he's still got that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll rather guess it just arrived. We've got 2 quick questions before I bring them in. I won't keep you a second on that one. Billy's here, Cast Strength Gaming. Good evening, Billy. Hope you're all right. A couple of questions from the chat. Where were we? Anybody got the new Games Master book? Asked Trevor.
I've got it coming. My wife bought it for me, Susie, in the chat. She bought it for me on the Kickstarter campaign and paid extra to get Dominic Diamond to sign it and everything. And it was going to be a huge, massive surprise. And then it she found out that I never actually watched Game Master as a kid. So I felt really bad about that, but I am looking forward to it coming. Because, like I said earlier, I love like the bitmap books and stuff, so it's just going to be cool to have a read.
Okay. I'm not really much interest. I mean, I did watch it when I was a kid, but not really much interest for it beyond that, really. So there we go. Here's a question for you, Pete, though. James wants to know how's the arcade cab progressing?
Progressing
Right
nicely.
behind him there.
Yeah, I was going to have it switched on actually, but energy bills and all that.
Very resourceful.
But yeah, it's I've not done anything else to it. Anyone who wants to see the progress of it, it's because obviously I don't have my own channel anymore, so I've been sort of showing any progress on my Instagram account, Pete_Fighter_2. Plug. And yeah, I've put it together, I've wired it all up, and it works, and that's
wow.
as much of a shock to me as anybody else. So yeah, it's cool to have it. It's not as big as I expected it. That's what she said. I'm gonna completely I'll be fully transparent with that, but it's about the same size as an arcade one-up cabinet, and it's nice for me because I don't want to have to stand up to play it.
Well, you can just swivel around, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits, but I've got it there. I've got the base layer of blue vinyl on. I want some pink tint to it because my pink and blue color scheme that I like to stick to. I need to get a marquee for it. I've got lights behind, so the marquee does light up. I'm really finding it hard to get like edging in pink, so I think I'm going to end up getting white and painting it pink. Turns out that joiners and electricians and stuff don't like pink. I don't know why. I thought it was a nice manly color, but yeah, I need to get just a few like cosmetic bits. I need to get a marquee on. Even though I've not got speakers in there, there's holes for speakers, so I need to get some grills to go over there. I need to get some kind of bezel going on around the screen, but I need to figure out how to still have access to the controls on the front of the screen with a bezel on to hide them. So I think there's going to be some kind of hinge situation. Speaking of hinge situation, I've made it like a bonnet, so I can still get to the electrics inside.
Clever,
which,
yeah.
Quite pleased with myself. Everything I've thought of has worked perfectly. So it's like not often that happens. So I'm quite pleased with it.
Well, that sounds like a good project, mate. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, it's I'm not doing anything more to it now because I need to stop spending. But it's at a working order, and I'm absolutely loving it.
You think you'll get yourself one of these arcade cabinets?
You're right.
I really want to get one.
She wants one.
I ain't got the space to put one in my little flat.
That's the thing. Well, until I move all these things on, I've got nowhere to put them.
Yeah.
Now this one's it's a flat pack kit I got off eBay from a guy called Richard's Bar Top Arcades on eBay. It's only got a footprint of I think it's 47 by 40 centimeters, so it just sits nicely in that little space there.
Yeah,
it just space is a premium at my place as well, really.
I don't even have 4 centimeters spare, let alone 40.
But I also had to get it in the attic as well, and that's I couldn't have done that with a full size one because I had to. There's the black bits on it are spray painted, so I had to do that in the garden and then get it up into the attic from there. And I had to put it together before I spray painted the bits, so I didn't end up missing anything. So a full size one wouldn't have been viable for that either. But yeah, absolutely love it. It's got some imperfections. There's a lot of bubbles all over the place from the vinyl, but it's fine. I was going to call it, cause you have to name these things. We name everything in the house, and I was going to call it Rule 91 after the TV show NCIS, where the main character's building a boat all the time and constantly tinkering with it, and his boat's called Rule 91. But I've decided that I'm naming it You Bubbly Fuck after Nish Kumar on Taskmaster. Because it is so bubbly.
I know you mentioned that in our chat. Yeah, that's. But it looks good. I think if I had the space, something have to go first. Though.
I'm so glad I don't have any space. Because if I had a house, I'd be getting pinball machines, arcade.
Oh yeah.
I'd have a whole game room. It'd be
The main problem with it is I've got it because it's made out of the Pandora's box, and for whatever reason, the Midway games on the Pandora's boxes are not very well emulated. I don't know if it's just something to do with Midway's engine or what. So stuff like NBA Jam, Rampage, and stuff doesn't run very well on it. And crucially, Mortal Kombat, and I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, and I can't play that because it's just unplayable. It stutters like hell. So I am thinking of maybe around the time of Black Friday trying to find the arcade one up, the latest Mortal Kombat one, just to have next to it. But like I said, I do need to stop spending. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. Dane says here, very, very quickly, just popped in. Good evening, mate. Hope you're okay. There we go. Very, very quickly. Rach says, I've started wondering if it would be sensible to get rid of the bed to fit more crap in the flat. Sleep is for wimps anyway. There we go.
Just get an arm and lift it up.
Yeah, not the bed. That's what this is.
yeah. I've got exactly the same bed. Just lift it up and there's loads of space underneath which I've actually filled. So I'm going to try and I'm going to empty it to put more stuff in there. But there we go. Right, I've got to bring our guests in because they're going to fall asleep if we're not careful, or they're going to lose interest. So, welcoming back to the tNb podcast, one of our honorary tNb members. He's also wearing red tonight as well, so he's obviously got the email about it.
Is it a Manchester United shirt by any chance?
It might possibly be. Well, there we go. She's got a Resident Evil t-shirt on.
Yeah.
No, I know.
That shirt.
The game just finished.
Anyway, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. And please say he's got somebody with him as well tonight. So it's a very good evening to the Geek Master, Martin. There we go. And he's also got Manda with him as well. Good evening, Manda.
Hey everyone, you okay?
We're very well, thank you. How are you both doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just annoyed the weekend's over again and back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty miserable. It goes by too quickly, doesn't it? So,
yep.
There we go. Manda, thank you very much indeed for coming on. It's nice to see you. I know you made a brief appearance last time Martin was on here, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
But we spoke about this a few weeks ago, didn't we, Martin? And you said Manda might like to pop on, so I'm glad you agreed to do that as well. So that's fantastic. And we've got obviously Kaz here as well, and Joe's here as well. So this is really rather excited to have a good female contingent on the tNb. It's great. So.
Oh, thank you for having me.
There we go. Yeah, girl power. I'll have you all on individually. I'll get Rach on as well. I've had Rach on before, and 4 of you. That'd be quite good. And get someone to replace me as host. We'll get somebody else in and do that.
We'll get Claire up. You can take over.
Yeah, Claire.
I did ask her earlier, and she politely declined.
If I'd have known, I'd have got Susie up as well.
Oh, well, yeah, that's yeah. Has Susie popped on before, or has it been after?
No, it's been after. She tends to pop up afterwards.
That's
it. Gabby sat here a bit.
Well, the cat's been on. That's fine, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
There we go. What have we got? So we got here. So I'll just come back to you guys in a second. Hammock would be a good idea in that case. For Rach, I think answer your question. Trevor mentions Pete get a micro PC put into the arcade cab. Main runs great on them.
It's the thing is with the Pandora's boxes, I already had one and everything's already done, so I can just put it in. I have got a Raspberry Pi, which I was considering doing something with, but again, I need to actually sit down and actually put some work in, and ain't nobody got time for that.
If anybody's got any games to swap, Dana's interested. He's also volunteered an all-female cast as well. There we go. Oh, he wants to host it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Well, I've got the boots for it.
You've got the wig as well. You've got the wig as well. Yeah. You need to send me a new thumbnail, mate. I can't keep using that on our title card. So obviously, I've asked a question to everybody else going around, Martin and Amanda. Is there anything that you've been playing recently you'd like to speak about before I carry on with the rest of the show?
For me, mainly Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So
on the Switch?
Pardon?
On the Switch?
Oh, the Switch one, yeah. Play a lot of that. And Pokemon BDSP or Shining Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
They're really the main ones I've been playing lately. Yeah, BDSP I've been trying to get through since it came out. Before Scarlet and Violet come out.
Hmm.
And Animal Crossing has kind of been a 2.5 year project since day one when I got the game. So yeah, most people have done all their islands and everything, and there's me still on the first island and still doing all the, you know, the bits like doing the flowers and you know, all the other bits and pieces. So I'm a bit slow, but
No,
I like
that's
to
all
take
right.
my time.
Yeah, don't matter. as long as you're enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's good because you can just pick it up and play for like half an hour or something, and then
Oh, nice.
stop.
Yeah.
Or but I got the Happy Home DLC as well, so I've been playing that quite a bit as well.
That's the thing about modern games is you can pick them up and put them down. You know, if you come from the era like I did, then you turn it off. You got to start all over again next time you pick it up because there was very little facility to save games back in those days, especially if you're using the tape. You know, so that's it. Okay, I take it from that. Then you're a big Pokemon and Animal Crossing fan.
Yeah. Well, this was the first Animal Crossing game I've ever played, so. But I'd wanted to try it in the past, but just never got around to doing it. But as soon as I played this one, I literally got hooked on it straight away and haven't really put it down since 2020.
Oh, right.
So, but yeah, Pokemon since like Gen 1, you know, I'm old school. Yeah, a bit like Martin, really. Big fan. Get all the games, play all the games.
Well, there's a big Pokemon representation here tonight, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. But I'm quite a bit slower than Martin to play the games. I like to take my time and I like to do everything in the games, not just like whiz through the story.
Does that cause many arguments?
Occasion,
not arguments, more like just request me to slow down, and then I'm just either wandering around or just sitting there or playing something else while I'm waiting a bit.
Because I'm getting left behind and I'm like, oh, you're playing too quick. Slow down.
That's why I'm looking forward to the new one. There's so many different paths you can take. It won't matter. I'll just take something completely different.
The thing is, we've adapted. So, like, Martin slows down a bit now, and I speed up a bit. So we kind of meet in the middle.
Oh, right. So you found the level between the two of you.
Yeah.
So you adapted to that. Oh, okay. That's fair enough. Very quick question, Alan, Kaz, do you have the same sort of thing as well? You play games together, or if you do you find that?
I've tried to get her to play.
Well, sometimes we just take it in turns to play a one-player game, don't we?
Yeah.
If I get a bit stuck and fed up, I'm like, do you want to take over?
She's not very good at gaming.
You don't. But you don't have to be.
I did buy that Animal Crossing game. And,
I still haven't played it.
Yeah, you haven't played it, have you?
Oh.
Garnet is absolutely amazing.
I'm around to play it yet, but I will play it.
Yeah, I'd recommend it as well.
Yeah.
I started my new island in March this year, and I've played it every day without fail since.
Yeah, I might get that one for the Switch.
I keep meaning to.
I think it'd be quite chill and I might.
I feel quite left out now. I'm going to go and buy it now. So.
do it. It's amazing.
Once you start playing, you get hooked on it very quickly.
Oh wow! Okay.
Just general question for Animal Crossing players though. Have any of you ever had an animal in your towns in any of the games that you irrationally hate for no reason at all, and you just can't stand them?
I have the opposite problem. I love all of them.
I had this little bear called Poncho, and he was in one of my original towns on the GameCube version, like back in 2008 or whatever. And I just hated him. Absolutely hated him. And then this time when I started my town up, he was one of my initial villagers in this new island, and he's just followed me. He's haunting me.
I know. I had the purple bear like in the campsite, and literally I walked in, saw them, was like, nope, and just walked out. And they just looked on the screen like.
That's what we do. If they come to the campsite and we don't like them, we walk in and we walk out.
The other thing was, I like tormenting some people because they say about that rainbow sheep one, Pietro, whatever his name is, but no one likes him. But I actually managed to get the amiibo card off him. So I just like go like, yeah, Joe. No one likes him.
I like all the unpopular ones, like everybody hates. Like
Yeah,
Someone
Susie's
has
favourite is this horse called Clyde, who's just completely dumb and just like constantly talks about rolling around in mud and stuff. And Susie loves him, and he's like one of the most hated ones in the
I
game.
know. Like, I've got a hippo on mine, and he's a green hippo, and I love him, and everyone seems to hate him, and I don't understand why.
There's a cat in there as well. I know, Martin, your cat's called Rosie, isn't she? So there was a cat in that game called Rosie as well. My old cat was called Rosie.
You got the Rosie
I've
plush.
Yeah, we've got a
years
plush.
ago.
Yeah, we got it from like Home Bargains or something, but we've got the Rosie plush as well because our old cat was called Rosie. So
Aw.
yeah.
There's a conversation I never thought I'd be part of, but there we go.
I'm sitting here like, Russ, this is all just going over my head. I've never
Yeah,
played
that's
that.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I've not really played it yet, but
Yeah, non-violent games,
we might
non-violent
check it
cozy
out.
games.
That's all right.
They're the future.
When Martin plays games, they normally go over my head as
Yeah.
well.
I
So.
think I've owned them all in the past, just never played them.
Mm-mm.
I'll probably play
Yeah,
Animal
you must have
Crossing,
the Wii
and then-
version.
Yeah,
Was that Joe? Sorry.
I was gonna say, like I'll probably play Animal Crossing and be like, no, I need to play some horror. Like, what is this? What is this?
Well,
This
there's
is scary.
there's a couple of creepy characters in there. There's a rabbit called Coco who's like got soulless black
Oh,
eyes.
yeah.
Oh,
I
need to
think
make a
there's
horror game about
basically a
Coco.
dead dog. So
Oh, okay.
Bones.
is it Bones?
Might be Bones, the dog.
He's like just got his whole head
Bones.
bandaged up and all that. So
Oh, yeah. I
There's
know.
a Zippity Bunny as well. Zippity
yeah.
Bunny he looks like the thing from Silent Hill, the one from Silent
Oh,
Hill 3.
the bunnies. Yeah.
Yeah, he's even got a zipper on his back, but he's supposed to be a real rabbit, but he's got a zipper on his back.
anyway, the other thing is, you say about horror. The true horror comes when you find out how much you've got to pay for their building, for your house.
Oh, yeah.
When
Oh
you
my
get
God.
I've literally only just paid mine off 2.5 years later.
That's right, I haven't done mine yet.
It's like real life.
It is. It's uncanny. It's uncanny. And what? Yes, I do have that version on the Wii U. It's up there at the top, which again, it's been sitting there, and I did buy it with the intention of playing it. And
I've got the Wii one, but that's my partner's. But I've never played it. He's played it. It's got
I
like
remember it,
it
yeah.
comes in like a big box thing, and it's got like a sensor thing in it. I don't
It's-
even know what it is.
it's the Wii Talk.
Oh yeah, he said
Oh, the
something
Wii
like
Speak.
you talk and
The Wii Speak, into Wii Speak. That's it. Yeah.
yeah, he's never gonna ever play it again. So it's now mine because he doesn't like physical games. He plays PC and downloads them from Steam. So he's got way more games than me on the PC. So,
Oh, but there you go. You can play that one then, can't you?
Yeah.
Your introduction to Animal Crossing. Start with that.
yeah, I could try that
Okay.
one, see if I like it. Yeah.
I found it at a charity shop for like £1 like last
Oh
year.
wow.
Yeah, someone had stolen the disc.
Oh no.
Ooh.
I was
That's not good.
I got
Who
mine.
He steals from a charity. Come on.
I got mine on a charity shop for 50p and I traded it into CEX. So I did actually own it at one stage, just never played it.
It's quite that one with the Wii Speak is a bit pricey now, isn't it? About 20
Oh, is
quid,
it?
isn't it? I think
I think
15,
so.
20 quid, something like that. Sell it for now.
Still quite pricey, just a game on its own, I think.
I think it's
wow.
usually between 6 to 10 quid.
It's more than that when I trade it in, unless it's come back down again. I'm
Yeah,
sure it's
it
about
may
18 quid at the time.
18 if you got the Wii Speak and the box, I think. The soulless version's a lot cheaper, which is the one I've got. So
I think we got that one
Oh, yeah,
for
£10
a quid.
for the game.
So we got that one for a quid down at a little shop that sells like figurines and stuff. So
right,
pretty cool
Okay.
place. It's like Aladdin's cave in there.
a lot of them are, aren't they? A lot of the
Yeah.
shops are like that.
Absolutely chock a block of all kinds of figurines and stuff. They have a bit of game and stuff, but mostly figures and Star Wars, Doctor Who, and all that.
You see it, Al? You got it.
Was that? Oh, I found it. It was it's £10 for the basic version, and £12 for the one with the Wii Speak.
That's
Oh.
come down a bit then. Okay,
Yeah,
it's not a
I
lot of
was
difference in there.
I was looking up there because I remembered Nath gave me the Wii U version with the
Oh, the
Amiibo.
Amiibo one, yeah.
and it's up there. I was just making sure I still had it.
He had a warehouse full of them at one point. I mean, you know.
Oh,
Really?
13 of them or something stupid.
He got loads, didn't he? Yeah, he got loads.
Wow.
Like the Wii U Amiibo one, he had loads of them.
I think
One
I had
guy-
about 5 or 6 copies of Sonic 2 on Mega Drive for some weird reason. You know, when I had like a big sort out because I got the brand new glass cabinet shelving.
Yeah.
I did a whole video on that, and I was just like, why have I got about 6 copies of? It's because I used to get like bundles of games, and yeah, it got buried. So I'm glad I have a huge sort out with all my gaming stuff. I'm still going through everything. Like, yeah, it's amazing how much stuff you collect over the years, isn't it?
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm still finding doubles of games. I'm thinking, why have I got 2 of them?
Oh yeah, Al, don't get rid of any of your Dreamcast games. I was going to comment on you. Like, do not get rid of any of them.
Well, I might not need them if I get that modded one. It's just
No,
available.
don't get rid of them.
I'll have
Dreamcast is awesome.
I'll have every single game on a little cartridge.
No, it's not the same. Not the same.
That's not the same.
Nah.
Yeah. Right, so we got Keith with us as well. Good to see you again, Keith. I know you've not been in the last couple, but it's good to see you back. Question for Al: how many Pokemon games have you completed?
Too many. Too many. I think I've completed Yellow about 150 times.
Really?
I
Wow.
love that game. I used to just play it, then reset it, and start again. See if
I
can do
did
better
that,
than
but
last time.
on triple speed on Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
So,
You ever done the nut? Is it nut lock or nut lock?
nah,
No.
no, I never done them. Never appealed to me, to be honest.
I had a go, and then like one of my best Pokemon died, and that was it. I'm like, no, I'm delete that one.
Here we go. Eddie plays animal droppings every day. He's always picking them up.
Yeah, I can confirm that because I see it after they come back from the road trip, and it was a right mess.
And this is evidence in a conversation because Rachel's chimed in saying my cat got bum nuggets and tried to remove them by dragging her ass on the floor. Looks like I had marble flooring throughout.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Keith Hamill dropping my favourite. I have no choice with 3 cats. Rach then says feels like leaving them surprise of my own in the litter tray. That'll learn them.
What's stupid is the kitten Rosie just like she'll go, or sometimes she doesn't even go, and she just sits there and goes like she's trying to scrape thin air
She
or the
scrapes
floor,
the air. She's just like,
Oh.
or anything but the litter.
Yeah. How do little things shit so much? Well, it's because you feed them. Don't feed them. That's the other way to it, I suppose. That'd be a bit cruel, wouldn't it? There we go. Another question for us. Anybody getting Abba Sing on the Switch? If every game was made for Martin, this is your sort of game, isn't it?
I don't need the game. I sing ABBA down the pub. Karaoke.
I used to have SingStar ABBA for PS2 before.
well, see, you're right up your street then.
That's it. Hey, have I got that? Yeah, I've got that one as well. I've got that one, and I've got the Wii one as well.
Actually, I think I had the Wii one as well. Now you mention it at one point.
Yeah.
I gave all mine to Geordie Slasher. He loves all the singing games, so he's bound to buy that one.
I seem to remember about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, maybe, a certain retro bear promising us a gameplay video from one of the SingStar games.
Oh yeah.
That never happened.
That sounds like Martin said he was going to sing for us as well.
My voice broke. You don't want to hear it.
The problem with those singing videos is you've got to be really, really careful with the copyright, haven't you? So if I could find a way of getting around it, I could do it.
Make
but
money, so what difference does it make?
Maybe what you need to do.
You're going to copyright it for £600. Brilliant.
Do it, but upload it in reverse. It might not have to read it that way.
It'd sound better.
Something in a pedal or something, don't you?
Or sing it in French or something.
There might be some way of getting around it by simply removing the original vocals or the backing track and doing a strange way around it. So, some people get away with
sing
it.
completely wrong. There you go.
Which would probably be the right way of doing it if I did it. That's for sure.
my video from Blackpool hasn't been copyrighted, I'll be shocked. I haven't checked since I got home. 'Cause
Oh.
that's got loads of music in it.
Oh no.
It's so annoying, isn't it? When you
It's really hard. Yeah.
got music playing in the background. Even on Facebook, it doesn't allow you to put it up sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
It says you violated something. You violated a law about music copyright. It's like, oh, for God's sake, I'm playing like 30 seconds of one song.
It hasn't actually been copyrighted.
Has it not?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
There's tons of music being played in that because they're playing Donkey Konga when I'm videoing it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. They were, weren't they? Yeah.
There's loads of tracks on that.
But having said that, very first gameplay video I did, which I had to take down, was I put some random PlayStation 2 games together, and I didn't know this was a proper track or something like that variation. I sort of like thought I was just quite good and left it going. And then next thing I want to put the video up, I got a message from YouTube. It wasn't a copyright strike, but they're saying because I didn't credit the video in there.
Yeah,
I thought, and I didn't even recognise the song. So I've always been a bit wary of it ever since then.
The same with GTA. I was like streaming it on my Twitch, but then because I know they bit thingy with it as well, like I turned the radio off in game.
Oh yeah.
But it's not the same, I find. So I was like, oh, screw this, and I stopped streaming it.
There's two different things between copyright claims and copyright strikes, though, isn't there? It's like, because copyright claims, all it means is that you can't monetize, and copyright strikes is like if someone takes real offense to it, and then it's like 3 of them and you're done. So, because I got an actual copyright strike from The Cure, because I think when I was trying to, back when I could be asked to like actually edit videos and stuff, I had I think it was like Love Cats playing in the background of one of them or something because it was pertinent to one of the games that I'd bought. And I got a full-on copyright strike for that. But I've had copyright claims from like LL Cool J and stuff, but the only actual strike I ever got was The Cure, and it shit me up.
I got a copyright claim from Capcom for using an image, which was just on the telly in the background. It was Marvel versus Capcom game I'd run in the background, and they just picked one out and said it was good, so I can't monetize that video. And then I think Vernon K or ITV copyright claim my Family Fortunes playthrough on the Wii.
Probably won't spare you from having Vernon K on your channel.
I don't think he's in it. I think it's just it's just the start of the game. It's got the opening sequence of the program, but yeah, it's weird.
I got a claim. I got a claim from one. It was from a Resident Evil 2 remake video, and I'd played a clip of the trailer, which I'd robbed from the official PlayStation YouTube channel. And I got a copyright claim on that, which wasn't from Capcom or from Sony. It was from some German gaming website claiming that I'd stolen it from them.
Oh, yes, we were saying that.
Anyway, their property in ever to start with. I didn't take it from their channel, and it's not their game that they've made. So I disputed that, and I actually got it overturned. But Capcom are usually really good about it because back when I was in the Mugen community and stuff, they actively encourage people to make versions of their characters for Mugen. Mugen, for people who don't know, is a fighting game on the PC where you can sort of rip characters from other games and add them to it. So you can have Mortal Kombat versus Dragon Ball Z versus Street Fighter and all that kind of thing. But yeah, Capcom viewed it as fan art, and they really actively encouraged the community to do things with it. And it was the same with the Resident Evil 2 remake, with the fan remake that eventually became Game Air 1998. They took them to one side and said, look, don't do this because we're doing it, but make your own game with our blessing, and we'll sort of advise you. So they are normally really good with stuff like that. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they were that bothered.
I was nice about the game. I didn't say it was a bad game either. So they bloody went in video.
I got a claim on my channel, and Martin will appreciate this one and how I got it. I got it in my 24-hour live stream because I was playing FIFA. And in the menus, they just play music constantly, and
I normally turn it off.
Oh, I thought I'd leave
More
it
it
on.
annoys me than anything. Don't recognise the song, they annoy me, so I just turn the tracks off as soon as I get the game, turn it on for the first time. Solves the problem.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to stream FIFA, make sure you turn the songs off because they will be on you instantly.
Wow.
And that's the thing. If you have, you might have heard the songs before, but you can't take that risk, can you? Just to catch up with some of these comments, 'cause we've got quite a few in, and then we'll see what's cropping up. Going back to Joe's comment about 6 copies of Sonic 2. For me, that's not enough. Best Sonic ever, says Keith. Dane's just trying to complete the Pokemon Dudley edition. Don't think you've got that one yet.
And just dog fighting.
Dog fighting.
I played it in person the other day.
There's some drop the clanger. There we go. You will get around copywriters. None of you will be in the correct key. Well, I've said that, so that's we can get around that, really, I suppose. Could always remix by speeding the soundtrack up. Eddie says he put 3 copyrighted tracks in his arcade pickups. Nothing happened. Just the names of the track appears in the video. Yeah, it's true. I've noticed that with some people do it as well. I don't know why some people are so worried about copyright claims.
What about Eddie's video where he showed the book to Perky Little Things?
Yeah. I'm waiting for Taylor to upload that video he put in the group yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that one. Yeah, that one. Yes. Yeah. Interesting DVDs he picked up there. James says all that will happen is you won't be able to monetize the video. No strike, no slap on the wrist, no nothing.
Yep.
There we go. Not too bothered about copyright claims because I'm not monetized C640 Amiga music videos. All mention the name of the composer. Did Sean do that as well? With he got told to take his video down when he was doing some arcade jukeboxes, wasn't he? Remember that piece?
Yeah,
he put the Rise of the Robots track in there, which was done by Brian May, and as soon as that went up within half an hour, he'd been told to take it down again. So,
probably so as not to remind people of Rise of the Robots, though. So
I don't like it anyway. Terrible game on Mega Drive.
terrible game and everything.
And every system.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's not a good game at all, Joe. Anyway,
It's the worst fighting game I've ever played.
It's not great.
Put it in the bin. That's where it belongs.
Yeah.
The thing is, I got it on PC and I had to buy it on Mega Drive out of nostalgia value.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I thought to myself, I'm sure I've seen this game before. I had it as a kid, and I was like, I've got to buy it. And then when I bought it, I was like, this isn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
I remember seeing like an advert in the magazine that I had, an old magazine, and I thought, oh, that looks cool. And I found it at a Car Beauty or something, and then I was just like, nope, it's just wow.
Jim Corbana gave me my copy, and because he brought a load of stuff to Doncaster, and when I found it in his like freebies box, I was like, oh, I'm having this. And he's like, really?
Really?
I found the good thing about it. It made a good replacement case for
Yes, well, that's all it's good for, isn't it?
Everything.
No.
Imagine trying to play that Rise of like that fighter with an arcade stick.
Oh.
I never did that.
I don't think it'd make it any better, to be honest with you.
I could punish myself one day and go and buy it and get my like Mega Drive arcade stick out, maybe for a video.
Sean's here, Pompey's game room. Good evening, mate. Hope you're all right. Another comment on the from Mark Judge Drock. Uploaded a video with the Amiga version of Pet Shop Boys track. The samples weren't from the game. The melody triggered it, and it got a strike. Ads installed with money to the copyright holder. Yeah, that's happened. Vernon K, what a knob, says Keith. There we go. Sean says my 90s football channel uploads get between 15 and 20 claims from the Premier League pretty much every upload. So there we go.
Even they can't stand seeing Spurs.
Yeah.
I uploaded a short video to Insta with a hallelujah hymn and he got taken down instantly.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You'd expect that to be like public domain now, wouldn't you?
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a 20 clip opening a C64 box and a hallelujah hymn started as soon as the box opened. YouTube didn't blink an eye. It's strange, isn't it? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's bizarre. You have to weigh up how much you're missing out on not being monetized and how you will enjoy making the video and how much will we get the community involved. Well, yeah, monetization is one thing, but it's all about, putting your content up and, spreading the word and entertaining people, I suppose, really, at the end of the day. That's what it's all about for me,
Just
anyway.
start singing the songs yourself. Like, mute it and then, like, sing
Yeah,
it.
I tried that, but I lost all my subs, so then I had to stop.
Sing them off key.
What else we got here? I turn the music off from FIFA since I played crap tunes since FIFA 98. Dainster says, Martin says no FIFA.
FIFA 2000 had an awesome soundtrack, yeah. FIFA 2000 had Robbie Williams, It's Only Us. It had Real Big Fish. It had Don't Stop the Rock. It had awesome tracks on FIFA 2000.
I mean, like the more recent ones, Dana. Not like the old ones. They're good.
Wait till that FIFA 19's got good tunes on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, the last 20 years I've been doing it, but the ones like from 2000 to before that onwards, I didn't mind. So they had like the better songs I found, like he said, like the FIFA 98, Road to the World Cup. So I didn't mind having them on. It's just like the new ones I can't stand.
Brian May only did the intro music to Rise of the Robots. The other tunes were done by the late Richard Joseph. Rise of the Robots made Eternal Champions look amazing.
Eternal Champions is amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
I really love Eternal Champions. That's a decent game. It's. I remember people saying to me, Joe, don't get that. That's really hard.
It is hard, but it's good.
But I had not the 6-button controller. It's best to have the 6-button Mega Drive controller for that. But I still beat it with the older controller. I couldn't do that now, though. I think my hands would be completely broken. I have no idea how I done it, but very determined, I guess. Yeah. Oh, he's gone.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, there's too many icons, so down here. Pete needs to theme his arcade to a Rise of the Robots cab. It's the right colour.
Was Rise of the Robots in the arcade? Was there actually an arcade version?
I think there was one.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's not on there if there was. What I've always thought is we should get like a sort of YouTube community game with like Gernaldinho and Champion 2D and Essex Retro Gamer and call it Rise of the Robots.
Rise of the Robots is a sewer blocking turd. Or a sewer blocking turd is much better than Rise of the Robots.
What's satisfying?
Rise of the Robots is better than Rise of the Robots.
I don't know. Rachel's never heard of Rise of the Robots. But she doesn't feel like she's missing out.
No. Oh no, Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu, yes.
Fu is great. I love Shaq Fu. It depends what version you play, though.
Get the newer ones. The newer ones are good as well.
The newer one's really good. Shaq Fu, the Mega Drive version's great. It's the SNES version that's dog shit, but everyone just seems to lump them both in together.
Yeah.
Get the PS4.
I love Shaq Fu. Yeah, Shaq Fu, the Story Reborn or what? Legend Reborn, really good game.
Reborn, yeah.
Yeah.
You can play as a bomber.
Yeah, Barack Fu.
Oh, the cat. The cat.
Kitty.
Kitty's featuring.
She was under the table. I've got the phone on, so that's why it might have been wobbly if you noticed it. Back it. Hang on, I better look out.
Oh, there we go. He's gone.
No, she's on
Just
my
okay.
Go a bit further with it with the loving for Rise of the Robots. I put a Rock 47 cipher at the end of one of my videos once. Sadly, no one decoded it, as it was to get a free copy of Rise of the Robots. Eddie confirms an arcade was made but never actually released. So there
Wonder why.
Yeah.
Shaq Fu was also on the Amiga, which is worse than the SNES version, as you would expect.
Yep.
The SNES version of Shaq Fu should have had a T in it instead of a Q. Oh, dear me. Right, so going back a bit, Martin, we didn't ask you what you've been playing. We'll get there before the end of the programme. Go on, mate. What
He's the guest, not me.
Well, we'll go with a predictable game first. So yeah, still playing GTA Online every week with my mates.
Oh yeah.
Normal shenanigans, hot pink little tanks with flamethrowers, just running up and punching people or stun gunning them just because I can. I want to pick up with a type of machine gun on the back, which I've done nice in hot pink. Yeah, just the normal shenanigans on there. Just sporadic ways to kill people.
I'm expecting when there's a run on Parliament, you're going to be at the front of it, mate, with your tank and your guns and whatever.
Well, actually, no, I bought a second tank. I've got the small radio control one in hot pink with a flamethrower, and then I bought a proper tank, which is also hot pink with a rail gun.
Yeah.
And I just go around shooting people and running them over because I can.
Mm.
And I just sit there watching, thinking, yeah, that's fine, that's normal.
Or making recommendations.
Yeah.
But that's only part of it. I've been playing Power Wash Simulator.
I nearly played that.
We've discussed this before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
now it's on Game Pass. I've got it and been doing that. I'm like
washing everything.
3/4 of the way through doing a giant gnome fountain. Starting to look clean. What else? Oh, I've been playing more hentai games as well. So,
oh God!
I pretend that's normal as well.
You let a lot go, Manda. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it gets better than that. The two of them, they're Pretty Girls Collection 1 and 2, came out the last couple of months. They have like mahjong, and I've had to get advice from Amanda because she's the mahjong expert here. So she's had to watch me and advise me on what to do.
Mm. So you're sort of like subliminally contributing to it, then, really, aren't you?
To be fair, some of the games are actually pretty good.
just a subject matter which is slightly dubious, but there we go.
I'll probably do a video on them all at one point.
I mean, first of all, I thought this is a bit iffy, But then he showed me the games, and I was like, actually, these are actually quite good games.
And if you get the physical ones, you always get a free gift with them. Always. Perky little things like that book. You get stylus with these.
I mean, that is quite cool, to be fair.
Yeah, one of them has a soundtrack.
I saw the Galgun one, which comes with safety goggles, which is blatantly a bra.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, the normal sort of
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Lovely. Judge Drock and Sean are just popping off. Thanks for popping by, guys. Really appreciate it, and good to see you in here as well. Right, so we've still got about 20 minutes to go. So, anybody want to bring anything up to discuss before we finish? Great, don't all speak at once.
There goes the tumbleweed.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess is there any games you're hoping to buy?
Oh, may I say something?
Or something? I'm gonna get Resident Evil Village DLC. So the Rose DLC thing.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, gonna check that out and play that at some point.
I like how it's making the full game third person again as well. I quite like the idea of that.
Oh yeah.
It never felt like Resident Evil in a first person view.
Yeah, and you can actually play the village in third as well now.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, because I think I said it on the video somewhere, but it's not right being first person.
No.
Because it's such an open area. Like, it was okay in number 7 because it's quite tight and, it sort of worked for that game, but Village, it didn't. Like, it does need to be a third person because it's such open areas and, quite large. So, yeah. I might replay Village again, but on a way harder difficulty, actually, because it was too easy for me on normal. Like, it was kind of boring. Because it was that easy for me. I was literally doing knife just to make it much harder on me. I didn't even go near the merchant that much. I went there for a little bit, but I was just like, no, I need a survival horror. You're just making it too easy for me, merchant. Although he was pretty cool, that guy. I like the merchant and village.
Yeah, Eddie said he wished he knew the DLC before he played Village because it looks really good. So
Yeah. I think it's more horror-y, that one, possibly.
Yeah.
I heard. But yeah.
go on, Mandy. You going to say?
No, I was going to say I recently bought the new Monkey Island game.
Oh yes, yeah.
Don't know if anybody's played it or bought it or anyone's a fan of the series.
I
love the series, but I'm just waiting for it to go down in price a little bit first.
I normally don't buy sort of straight away, but I thought it's Monkey Island. I've played them all. I'm a fan. I've got to buy it straight away.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a great series, the Monkey Island games. Love them.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I've got a quick question. I don't know if it's been discussed yet. Who's going to London next month?
No one.
Oh,
Why? What's
Is there
going
an
on?
event or just in general?
The gaming market.
No.
Well, probably not because I've got quite a bit on next month by the looks of it, so I shan't be. It's quite close to you though, Al, so I dare say you'll be there, won't you?
I'm
Unless
working.
you're away. You're not working. That must be a new experience for you.
I know. I would have put it off, but I'm going on holiday on the Wednesday after for like another 10 days. So.
See, it's not working.
It's a hard life, eh?
I need to go to one of these gaming markets. I've never been to one.
There you go, London. Perfect.
London one's good.
It's quite fun.
Doncaster one seems to be the one where everybody goes to. So, it's also cool because it's on my doorstep as well. So
a lot of big YouTubers go to that one, don't they? The Doncaster one.
Like my
even
favorite.
Al goes. Yeah. Well, there's one in Birmingham at the start of December, which is the 4th of December. That's when I should be at next. And there's also a Spectrum event as well, which will be at the Bescot at Walsall, which is the site of the old revival get-togethers, and that's at the end of November as well, which I should be there as that. I'll be there for that as well. Big event. Oh, I believe it's already been sold out, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm going to be looking forward to that one, certainly. A couple of people mentioned Dana's going to be selling at Brum in December.
Oh, I would love to
Hidden
sell
Chest
at a
Gaming.
gaming market. Oh, that'd be quite fun, I think.
There is another one in Nottingham. I don't know if you
There
want to
is
go to that one, Pete.
Yeah, there is indeed. And that's just before. When was that? The 15th?
I really can't afford.
The 17th and 18th of December. It's a week before.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one that James is doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got invited to that, but I work retail and it's like the weekend before Christmas. So it's definitely a no-no. Because I'll be doing like 12-hour days at that point.
Bad timing.
But yeah.
They will have no money left.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't afford anyway. Dana says Donny one's not till May, so I might be able to afford to actually go to that. My bank account might be a bit more healthy by that point.
It depends when that is for me because I've got Comic Con at the end of May. So
on that
3 weeks' time. Yeah, that's in 3 weeks as well. So I'll be going to that as well in London. Like quite a few game stalls there, like the ones you see at like the gaming markets and all that as well. Some of them are there, so that'd be good.
Cool.
Dana says, "Do we have bear talk following this?" I'm going to go and watch the football after this, so hopefully catch the end of the 49ers game if I can. Yeah, no, not the New England Patriots. Put that bloody T-shirt away, Alan. Honestly. Here's an interesting question for everybody. Keith says, "What's everybody's favourite curry?" Pete.
Good old-fashioned tikka masala, actually. I used to go for like hot stuff. Like my sort of comfort area was a Balti, but I used to go for like sweet chili chicken, mango sweet chili chicken, which usually blows your head off. But then I ruined myself by eating some ghost chilies for a day, and I don't like hot food that much anymore. So yeah, a nice tikka masala with I don't really like rice that much, so I tend to go for chips and normally a keema naan.
Keema naan.
Sorts me right out.
The naan of kings. I love that one.
Yeah.
You mentioned ghost chilies. Somebody when I first started doing YouTube, going back sort of 2018. There's a guy that used to comment on my videos, used to go on quite well with him. He actually ate some ghost chili pork scratchings or something, and it was the last video he ever did. And I ain't sure whether they killed him or what, but he wasn't very well during it. I know that.
It was on my first channel. One of my friend in America sent me some over the ghost chili pods, they call them, which are just dried up ghost chilies, and it like enhances the heat. And I ate one of them on camera, and somebody else who was in that community at the time was like, "Oh yeah, I could do that." So I bought him a bag and sent him some, and he called him out on it. So, and I said after a while I felt really bad, so I said I'd eat 2 if he'd eat 1. So he did. He nearly died in his car, and then a bit later on, I just ate 2 like straight off, and it ruined me. Absolutely destroyed me. It's not even. It doesn't even taste hot. It just tastes. It's pain. It's just.
Yeah.
It's not even burning. It's just pain. It's horrible. And you drink milk, and it takes it away for like a split second, and then it's straight back again.
Rachel said she does like her a taco dal, followed by a dan sack and a random choice of boiled rice and a garlic naan and a can of pop.
That's the important bit.
You gotta have the can of pop.
We'll have a can of pop, yeah.
Depends what though.
Yeah. Nice bottle of cider, yeah. Dana's gone with a chicken tikka jalfrezi. He once snorted a fowl. Bloody hell, Dana.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I said he snorted a fart.
Probably has done as well. Very, very quickly go back to the subject of markets. Rach said she couldn't sell at the market. I'll be snatching my stuff back saying it's not for sale. I'd also be crying, wondering how I was going to carry all the stuff I brought home as well. There you go. You'd work that by selling all the stuff that you took with you, wouldn't you?
That's always the fun part, being a bus rider like I am, because I don't drive. So I normally I take a rucksack and a shoulder bag with me. And last time I got lifts home, Eddie gave me a lift home last time, and Sean gave me one before. But the first time I went, I had a train ride and a bus ride home with like bags full of stuff. It was fun.
Naans are too bready, says Eddie.
That's kind of the point.
Catchphrase. Yeah, naans are too bready, says Eddie. There you go.
Who would have thought this bread would be too bready?
Yeah, that's it. Forget ghost chili, eat a Carolina Reaper, hottest chili in the world.
Well, supposedly, I read this earlier, and officially it's one called Pepper X, but it's not done by the Guinness World Records yet. It's like 3 million Scoville, so it's quite hot.
Well, Reapers are a hybrid between a ghost chili and a scorpion chili. So technically, scorpion chilies aren't as hot as ghosts, so they should really be only sort of halfway between the two. But I've never tried one, so they could be hotter.
Keith had a Vindaloo once had the ring of fire for hours. Dana used to get all the flavour scratchings. Used to open them and leave them on the table in the pub. Nobody stole my scratchings again. Danny says all his curries are non-meat varieties. He's vegetarian. Keith says favourite's probably a jalfrezi, pilau rice, and some garlic and coriander naan. And Gordon's dropped in to say hi and leaving a thumbs up. Thank you, Gordon. Good to see you here, mate. Joe, favourite curry?
I'm not into spicy food really. So,
no?
I mean, I like the curry that my partner makes, but other than that, no, I'm not a curry person. I prefer I prefer Japanese food.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. We'll recommend us a Japanese dish then, or something that you from there.
I like obviously the bento box and ramen.
Tori no karaga for me. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Fried chicken, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like a katsu curry?
Oh yeah, I love that too. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, quite like a lot of it, to be fair.
Okay.
I can't think of the other things what they're called. But, yeah.
Nigiri.
I like I think I've had that.
I only know these foods from the Yakuza games.
The bento box is health.
Yeah, that's literally it.
I'd have kept that quiet, Pete. Sound like you're quite knowledgeable on the subject. Yeah, talking about Japanese food. Yeah, I know all these great Japanese dishes and all that.
I just know katsu curry because I like curry, but yeah.
Curry, chicken katsu, lovely.
Thing is,
I love it.
I know how to ask for beer and fried chicken in Japanese. But
That's all you know. All you need, even.
Tori no karaage toto biru to kudasai, which is, can I have 10 beers and 10 bits of fried chicken? I don't have to ask for other numbers, but 10 just like emphasises it. I did a couple of Japanese courses, so I asked my tutor years ago what it was. It stuck with me forever.
Another Rach story. Good. Rach's got some stories here. I bought some bookshelves from IKEA and they finished me off getting them home on the tram. I have no concept of weight, so I worked it out as 3.5 of my cat. My calculation was wrong.
I've also done that as well because my IKEA is like right outside the tram stop, and my flat was right outside another tram stop. So I've done the IKEA run on the tram before, and it's a killer.
My other half always says we picked a Japanese food as she lives there. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Alan, curry.
Well, I normally like a nice lamb balti.
Good choice.
The other night, I had a Malibu chicken. And because it had alcohol in it, it tasted so much better.
Malibu was in like the rum.
Yeah. It was basically some sort of korma. It was like a coconutty dish. But obviously with Malibu in it.
Malibu, yeah.
It just sounds like you spill your drink in your curry.
Yeah. I probably did originally. That's how they got the dish. It was actually really, really nice. Couldn't fault it. It was brilliant.
Is Kaz a big fan of curries?
Don't know, she's gone to sleep.
You called it out.
There we go.
I was going to say earlier when you were talking about the Monkey Island, because she actually played it at the Play Expo and absolutely hated it. Said it was the worst game she's ever played.
What? Oh
no! Had you played it before, or was it just the first time playing it?
The first time.
No.
There you go. You see. Oh, we'll have to remind her of that when she wakes up.
You did enjoy the Malibu chicken, though. It was really nice.
I've never heard of that Marabou.
Nor did I.
Nah.
It's got upgraded to active next.
Normally I just have lobster, so having a curry was a change.
It's the riveting chat which has sent Kaz to sleep. There we go. Retro Obsessed, how you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. Blimey, it's been a while, but yeah, we're all okay here. Hope you're all right as well. Popped in before we finish. Manda and Martin, then curries first.
My favourite is a korma.
I know a lot of people go on about kormas, don't they? Being a bit
because it's mild. I don't really deal with spice very well, so korma's always been my favourite because it's quite creamy and it's just not too spicy. But I like curry in general quite a lot. But I don't sort of go any higher than like medium spice because I just can't tolerate it. But I prefer the milder curries. The korma's my favourite.
I'm the opposite of Joe. I like spicy stuff, but I don't like curry.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that then?
I don't know. I've just like food like that, like quite saucy and that as well. I've never really liked. I don't know why. Just never have. Yeah, just never got on with them, to be honest. Any of them.
Yeah, right.
Go on. Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say, like, I know I like the spice. Like, I'll go to Nando's, I'll get the hot or the extra hot sometimes. And I like that. It's just like curries themselves I can't stand. But I do like poppadoms and naan, though.
Love the poppadoms and the naan.
So I'm the opposite. I don't mind the spicy curry, but if I go to Nando's, I get the lemon and lime.
The mild one, same as me. Yeah.
My advice is, if you get the really hot Nando's, it's going to stick your head under a hand dryer. It actually blows all the sweat off and cools you down. It actually works. I had it during my lunch at uni once, and like had to cool down because we had like 5 minutes before lesson. So I literally stuck my head under the hairdryer, and it worked so well. I was like, I want to remember.
And Dana's favourite curries is the one at Merry Hill where he got his kettle and toaster from.
I thought he was going to say Edwina.
That's a good one. Nath here as well. Good evening, Nath. Hope you're all right, mate. Good to see you here. Just very quick, I'm going to answer that question. My favourite. I mean, Al said lamb balti. I mean, I do like baltis. I really do. I'd happily eat those all day. But I don't like it too spicy. And I've found as I've got older, curries agree with me less and less. So
It's part
I
of the
haven't.
fun, though, that.
Well, no, it's not really because it makes me feel like shit the following day.
Yeah, you just make sure you got a day off afterwards. It's just part of the adventure.
But it does, because I feel if I used to have one on a Saturday night, and then in fact spend half my weekend recovering from having a curry, and it used to get harder and harder and harder to do something like that. I mean, for me, a go-to meal from a curry house for me is keema naan and chips. Because what we used to do, when we used to go out drinking, when I used to drink, we used to call in on the curry house on the way home, and we all used to order keema naan and chips. You would get the keema naan, you get a bag of chips, you tip the chips into that, you fold the naan over, and you walk home eating a great big giant sandwich like that. And every now and again, I find myself craving one of those. It's great, but it's got to be the full works. You know, if you have a balti, you've got to do it with naan bread. We've got to be a keema naan because it's got that red squirrel meat inside it, whatever it's in there. And then you got to do it with chips as well. It's a proper way of doing it, and poppadoms to start with. That's the way you do it.
Never been a fan of poppadoms.
Them.
Somebody mentioned vegetarian, but I do love a tikka sag paneer, which is amazing. Which paneer is like the sort of like it's sort of like halloumi. It's great. Sag's obviously spinach, so I would go for one of them every so often.
We've made Eddie hungry now.
Oh, yeah.
Delivery costs are so high. There we go.
It's made me hungry. We were eating dinner till halfway through this.
It's making me. The daft thing was, I went out last Saturday. My mate's first time in like 7 years. We'd seen each other for varying reasons. For a lot of them, anyway. It was like a bit of a reunion, and I'd had my tea just before I'd gone out. So when they said, "Oh, we're going to go for a curry," after I didn't feel hungry, I thought I could murder a keema naan and chips. I'd like to, but I couldn't eat it. I wouldn't be able to eat it. So there was my one opportunity to go home and do that. But so there we go. Yeah, keema naan chip butty. That's it. Yeah, cracking, mate. You couldn't.
Sounds a bit dry though.
Yeah, you don't care that time of night, do you? Shove anything down your throat.
You've had enough before the alcohol.
That's it. Yeah. Back in them days when you've done 6 to 10 pints of an evening, you don't really care what goes in your mouth afterwards, within reasons, obviously. Depending how drunk you were, I don't know. You try something different on the way home. A very quick question for us, I think, Al. And we'll make this last one of the night from Trevor. Will Fall Guys make a return?
Well, I'm off Friday, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, we need to start probably picking that up back again. Maybe doing it one Friday and one Saturday or something like that. So we'd alternate it and see how we get on.
It depends when I'm off or not away.
That's it. Which is going to be very difficult, coming up because you've got quite a lot. You're going to be away quite a bit, aren't you? So yeah, but yeah, that's the intention. I mean, it's we started doing that and we thought we'd have a. Try and keep it going. So we will try and get the Fall Guys started for people who do enjoy watching Come and Play that or do join in anyway. And yeah, so that's it. So we've done the 2 hours, so I shall knock it on the head there. But yeah, that's been a bit of fun tonight. Thanks to everybody who've asked us some questions in the chat, and we finished with a bit of. As we mentioned a few weeks ago, we started asking about favourite crisps and things. So we sort of covered curries tonight, so that's something different. And there was some gaming chat in there as well, which is always good to see. So that's it. So I'd like to thank everybody for turning up tonight. It's sometimes a bit thrown together at the last minute. But first of all, to our guest, Joe, thank you so much for coming back again and popping on. And we'll try and get you on for a subject that you got. We've had you on for 2 sort of random subjects so far, really. So next time we have you on, I think we should obviously ask you to pick something that you want to talk about. So
yeah, I mean, once I start talking about something that I'm passionate about, that's it.
Well, that's why we have. That's why we have the forum for it, so we can we can talk about that. But definitely,
we need to Mega Drive one, don't we, Joe?
Oh yeah, Mega Drive. Brilliant.
That's it.
I need to do a Mega Drive video. I haven't really done anything Sega-y related, really. Especially, well, I did obviously my Mega Drive story, like why my first console and all that, which was Mega Drive 2. But other than that, I've not really done much about Mega Drive, and that's my favorite console. Crazy, yeah. I have to do that at some point, I think. Do some more on Mega Drive and Dreamcast, and yeah, definitely.
Will pom-poms make a return? They may do.
They may do.
They may do. They may do. We'll leave it at that. Al, thanks so much for stepping in at the last minute, mate, and thanks to Kaz as well. It's been great to have her on camera. And
I was down the pub when you messaged me and asked me. Yeah, I come over early.
I do appreciate that, mate. But it's also great to have Kaz on as well, and I hope we can have you both on again and do something.
Where is he?
Fast asleep. but do thank her for us when she wakes up as well, mate. That'll be appreciated, and we'd love to have you both back on again. And Martin and Amanda, I know you sort of running a bit late tonight, but it's been great to have you both on. Amanda especially as well, to have you on the camera. I know you wanted to come on and do this, and
yeah,
I think it'd be great to get, as we said earlier, I'm sort of joking around, to get you, Joe, Kaz, and Rach if we can, and just do a sort of special with you ladies on.
We talked about like gaming girls, didn't we? Like, I think that was the first. I didn't realise there isn't that many like female gamers at all on YouTube, and I was like doing a bit of research, and I was like, oh, there's not many at all, is there? I didn't realise.
In Germany, I think.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like,
yeah.
Is it too late to pull out now? Can I disappear? I don't know.
No, I'll save you on here.
No, I think if we can coordinate something together and try and have an episode dedicated with you girls on, and you can.
Someone said to me about like Joe, it'd be you become really big because you're a female gamer, and I'm like, but I have to do more than just be a female gamer. I got to bring something to the table. I can't just be, oh, I'm female. Like, I got to do more than,
Yeah.
But they weren't saying it in a nasty way. They were just, I guess, because it's maybe unique. But
they've seen some of the others. That's what they see. They're not used to a normal person.
I wouldn't say I'm normal.
Well, I know what Al's saying, and it's. I think it would be good, especially as
I think it's because there's the female gamers that are on YouTube. They're huge, so that's. I think that's where they're coming from. Like, really huge. And
in my opinion, it's like you get people like I know we're trying to finish this off, but it's like you get people like Metal Jesus likes to have a few women around him and stuff to try and drive up views from like the thirsty kind of basement dwelling single men YouTubers. Right. And I can't stand the women YouTubers who kind of don't really bring anything to the table, but use the fact that they're women and most of the viewers are men to try and get views. But if you try and have a bit of integrity and maybe get a little bit less fame from it, I would respect that a hell of a lot more.
I just do this as a hobby. I'm not worried about if I have thousands of. I'm doing it for fun. I love games.
It's the best way.
I hope I bring something to the table. I feel like I haven't yet, but
and something that the tNb has always done since we started doing it. It's always about the games and the people who play the games rather than anything else, and it's not all about self promotion and
I just
trying to push this and that.
I like creating things, so because I'm quite crafty. So hopefully I do something a bit unique at some point, or I mean, I got another figurine video coming up where I'm fixing a figurine, so that's going to be cool.
I should look forward to that. I watched your last one on that. That was really good.
Yeah, it's really badly damaged, this one.
Rach says she just talks shite and people seem to like it. We love what you type, Rach. We want to get you back on here and come and talk shite to everybody. It's brilliant. But yeah, we'll get something. We'll try and get something sorted out and talk about it for a future episode.
It's
Certainly, that'd be
interesting
fantastic.
anyway. And
That's it. But yeah, so Martin and Amanda, thanks again for coming on tonight. I'm sorry it was a bit shorter than the whole episode, but well, it's great to see you both on, and it's been brilliant. So
thank you.
Thanks for having us again.
All right, I will drop you all backstage, everybody. Thanks, and of course, thanks to Pete. Sorry, Pete. We've got to bring you in there, mate.
I'm only half here anyway.
Sorry about that. Always good to have you on again, and obviously, thanks for giving it your time again as always. I'm going to drop you all backstage and we'll give everybody time. If you'd like to give everybody waves, we all clear off. And I'll drop them all backstage. There they go. There we go. Lovely. All right, run over a bit tonight. Yeah, fantastic. So thanks very much indeed for everybody who's tuned in tonight and contribute to the chat. Yeah, it was a bit different. I did promise you it was going to be a bit different tonight, so I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks to everybody in the comments, as always, and to everybody who's watched. Next episode, 23rd of October, we're talking Dreamcast. That's right. So if you've got an interest in the Sega Dreamcast, that is going to be an episode for you. Got a couple of guests lined up for that. The one after that one, I think, is the 6th of November. Yes, it is the 6th. It's the night after Bonfire Night. We've got an Amstrad special. That's right. We've got a couple of guests coming on to talk about the Amstrad. So if you are, again, so it's going from Dreamcast to Amstrad, sort of going back in time, but that's going to be a really interesting one to discuss. 20th of November, we're going to be doing import games. So that's in the process for there. So if you are interested in doing that as well, perhaps drop me a line. That would be great. And I'm not sure about what's happening in December yet. Certainly the 18th of December, which is the last one before Christmas, is going to be like a Christmas special. There's one before that, but we'll try and work out what it is before then. So those are the upcoming episodes anyway. Keep your eyes peeled to the channel because I'll put a few videos or comments or community posts out before then until we get there. That's it. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks very much indeed for watching. It's been another fun episode and nice to do a bit more personable stuff rather than just talking about the games tonight anyway. We'll see you again very, very soon. Until then, this is the Retro Bear saying toodaloo and take care. Bye-bye for now.